Hi peeps, and welcome back to my channel. It's another city girl here, returning with another video. Today's video is going to be a travel vlog. Over the Christmas holiday, we went to visit Vancouver, and please note that we've done a lot of research before visiting and taking this trip. Before we jump into today's video, if you're new here, I am another city girl. My channel provides luxury, lifestyle, and travel content. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel to be notified of when new videos are being posted. I am also on Instagram at another city girl. Feel free to head over there and follow me as well, as I update and post more often. So this video takes us back to December 26, 2020. As you can tell by the date, I have delayed posting this video as life just got in the way and I finally got around to editing it. Please note this trip was booked way before December 26. It just happened that the premier announced a lockdown a few days before the trip took place. As you can see, as it was the first day of lockdown, Toronto Pearson Airport, most vendors were closed except for a few essential businesses. A few things to note as we were traveling during the COVID-19 pandemic, that we done a lot of research that we were allowed to travel interprovincially. It was not recommended. However, we decided to make the decision to do so. And when we booked the trip, we decided that we need to do a lot of research, and I recommend that everyone does if you are doing any interprovincial traveling domestically, is to make sure that you follow and abide by all local public health rules and regulations and bylaws in regards to physical distancing, in regards to having a face mask. We were also prepared with our own antibacterial and antiviral wipes, so then that way we were staying safe when we got onto the plane, so we can wipe all the surfaces of wherever we were going to touch. The flight from Toronto to Vancouver was approximately 5 hours. There were 3 flights scheduled that day to fly to Vancouver. However, due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the flights were not full, so they canceled 2 of the 3 flights and rescheduled everyone to fly on an earlier flight on a Boeing 787. As you can see here in the picture, the flight is barely half full. As a result of being bumped up to an earlier flight, when we landed in Vancouver, the Airbnb where we were staying at was not ready for us. So we decided, after getting our car rental, to drive out to Richmond to Stevenson's Fisherman's Wharf. This is like a really nice hub where you can get very nice fresh seafood, where commercial boats park there, and we decided to go there to take a look, see if there's anything that we would like to purchase, as well as taking a walk along the waterside. After taking a walk along the waterside, not too far from the wharf, there is the Britannia shipyard property. This once was a community of canneries, boatyards, residences, and stores. This really showed the early stages of people settling in the area and really depending on the waterway for fishery. Later that evening, once we had an opportunity to settle in our Airbnb, we went to visit the Olympic Cauldron at the Jack Pool Plaza. After visiting the Olympic Cauldron at Jackpool Plaza, we went over to the Millennium Water Olympic Village. This was once the Olympic Village when the 2010 Vancouver Olympics took place in Vancouver. Now there are apartments and condos here now, but there are open space for events and stuff like that. Obviously, there's nothing going on. It's nighttime and it's also the COVID-19 pandemic. However, along the side there is a waterway path where you can walk along the waterway and have a very nice view of the BC Place as well as the Vancouver Science World. So not too far from the waterway of seeing the BC Place as well as the Science World, there is the Pacific Central train station. This train station was built in 1919. It is a heritage site and mainly today is used as a bus station. After an evening of sightseeing, we decided the next morning to do a bit of a walking tour. There was a few things that we wanted to see around Chinatown as well as Gastown. There's a lot of movies filmed in the area, so we wanted to catch and see that as well, just to see the site of where these things we've seen on TV in real life. Now, one thing to note is that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, people have fallen into hard times and has greatly affected people, and there's a lot of homelessness on the street, and you'll see that along the way as well.
Right there.
9/11.
I know they happen. They happen.
So after a bit of a walking tour around Chinatown and Gastown, we've decided to drive over to Stanley Park, where we were able to enjoy the views of these totem poles, as well as cityscape and views of the mountains. Later that evening, once the sun has set, we went back to Gastown to take more pictures of the Gastown steam clock. Next day, we've decided to go for a bit of a drive. Went to Coquitlam, Mission, as well as Fort Langley to see some of the sights of where Riverdale, as well as the chilling adventure of Sabrina the Teenage Witch is filmed.
I'm sorry, but the Twilight Drive-In, it's a play.
Holly's convinced herself that no one wants her.
In the town of Greendale, where it always feels like Halloween, there lived a girl who was half witch, half mortal.
I feel like I've been here before.
You saw it when we were sailing on the Sound.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful.
I bought it. For us.
Mom, I'm at work. Can I call you back?
Oh, no, wait.
After spending a day out on the road, we decided to drive back to Vancouver area to visit Granville Island at night to get some very nice night pictures. After visiting Granville Island at night, we decided to go back the next morning so that way we have an opportunity to see the Granville Island as it's opened and visit some of the vendors that are available in the space. So after spending the morning in Granville Island, we drove back to Coquitlam and visit the Riverview Hospital. This used to be a mental health facility. As you can see, it's closed down, it's pretty eerie, and it's actually the site for some TV shows and movies nowadays. After visiting Riverview Hospital, we went over to Port Moody and visit the Port Moody Station Museum. This used to be a train station, which is now a museum. It wasn't open that day when we were visiting. However, you can see an old passenger car outside where the old train tracks used to be as well. Finally, on our last day of our trip, we drove up the mountain to visit Whistler and walked around here. As it was New Year's Day, nothing else in the city was open. We decided to spend the day here, watch people ski, and take a look at some of the small shops and vendors in the area. And that brings us to the end of today's video. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below, do you feel comfortable traveling domestically within your country during the COVID-19 pandemic? If you have not done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Instagram at Another City Girl. Feel free to head over there and follow me as well. And that's all for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you!